Hey folks, welcome back to another review with yours truly, Sam Healey. Today I'm taking a look at Mage Wars Academy. Now, if you know anything about anything, you know that I was a fan of Mage Wars. Now, I got a little bit disenfranchised with it because it just started getting a little bit too big for its britches, basically. Too many cards, too many, just started feeling like a card game more than an actual board game for me. So, what's Mage Wars Academy going to do for me? Let's check it out, and I'll tell you on the other side. This is one of the coolest things that I like about Mage Wars. You know, with many of the different kinds of games that are very similar to this, you would have to construct your deck and then hope that the right card comes up at the right time that you need it. And here with these spell books, you can use any of these cards at any point in the game, as long as you have the mana cost, as long as you have the right number of mana that is necessary to use those cards, you can use them. And that's one of the things that I've always really liked about Mage Wars. You don't have to wait for that one card to come up that you're looking for. It is always available to you. Now, in order to begin the round, you would have to first of all determine a person who has initiative. Just roll 2 dice or any other kind of thing. Whoever rolls the highest goes first. So this time the wizard rolled 8 and the Beastmaster rolled 5, so he'll have the initiative. Now, it's important to note that the first 2 rounds of combat, there cannot be any attacking. Each mage will take a quick cast token and place it on him, and then he can he starts the game with 23 life, so the damage counter is at 20 with an extra 3 over here, and then his starting mana has already been registered. Okay, so at the beginning of the game, at the beginning of the round, the first thing you do is you build your mana, you channel. So you would take your dial here, and he gets 7 mana to start with, so you would dial that up to 10. Okay, so to begin, the mage is going to first of all activate, and he is going to put some robes on. He's going to activate his robes, I guess you could say, and that costs him 4 mana, and it is a quick cast spell, so he could have used his quick cast action, but he can also use his normal activation to cast this as well. He uses 4 of his mana, clicks it down to 6, and now he has that available. He has some protection on there. Then he's going to use his quick action spell and get his Rod of the Arcanum out as well. And that is going to cost him another 4. So we'll click down to 2. Then the Beastmaster will take his turn, and he will look at, first of all, he channels 7, but he starts with 0. So he'll start with 7 mana. And he'll click that up. We're going to go ahead and put his leather armor on, and that costs 2 mana. So we'll click down to 5, and then that was his regular activation. His quick cast will be used to put on his belt as well, and that costs him 5 mana. So he'll be back down to 0. That's the end of the first round. Now, what would happen here is initiative would pass, first of all, and everything would reset. All things would activate, like so, and we channel. So he gets 7. He also generates 7. He had 2, so he'll go up to 9. And let's see here. We have 7 mana to work with. So we're going to activate the mage to bring out a Palean Lynx, which is a full activation animal. It costs 4. So we'll dial that down to 3. And for his quick cast ability, he's going to use 2 mana to place an enchantment on this lynx. It's important to note here that when creatures are summoned, they do come in activated, or rather inactive, so that they cannot be activated. So that is the end of the Beastmaster's turn. The mage will activate to cast a mana worm, which costs 5 mana. The mage will use his quick cast spell, use 2 mana to place an enchantment on the mana worm, which also comes in activated. And that's the end of round 2. Initiative would pass, cards would reset, and now the mage would begin turn 2. I'm sorry, round 3. So now, according to the rules, we are now officially able to start causing damage to other people. And then each mage would channel. The number of each one gets 7. Now the mage may begin. So the mana worm will take an action first and will simply guard. And what guard means is that any attack that is levied against the mage must first come through here. This must be the person, or rather the creature, that is attacked first. That is what guard means. Pelion Lynx is actually going to do the same thing. Guarding is a good thing to do because it does raise your defenses a bit. So that is that. Then it's back to the mage's turn. So the mage is going to attack. You have to activate him in order to attack. You cannot use a quick action spell or a quick action ability to attack. So he's going to attack the mage. Now, the Pelion Lynx is a guard. And so we take and we use his Rod of the Arcanum, which has a 3. So he rolls 3 dice. It is a melee attack. All right, so he has 3 dice, and he will roll them. And we have a whole lot of attacks here. All right, so we have 2, 4, 5 hits. These are special critical damage, which go through armor, although he doesn't have any armor to begin with. And this is regular armor that could be blocked by armor if he has any. Now, remember that the Beastmaster did put this incantation on him. So he is going to pay 2 mana to enact this, because we paid 2 when we enchanted him, and then when we reveal it, we have to pay 2 more. And that gives the Pelion Lynx +1 armor and +2 life. Okay, so now he has 7 instead of just 5, and he has an armor of 1. So one of these gets sucked up. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So Pelion Lynx takes 4 damage. Also, you'll notice that it has a piercing +1. So what piercing does is it actually subtracts the amount of armor from the person that has the number with it. So it's piercing +1, so we subtract 1 from the armor of the mage, which he has a 1, which goes down to 0 then, and then all 3 of these actually go through. So that means that this damage would come off. And then as the mage did activate, he's going to use his quick cast ability to put a Wisp Willow Amulet on, which takes 3 mana down to 6. And we must put 6 Dissipate tokens on there. Basically, this amulet is another way for the mage to build mana, because every time we remove, which every turn we will, we remove 1, we get +1 mana. And the Beastmaster is going to activate himself and place a Darkfin Asp out there, which costs 4, so we'll take him down to 2. And the mage is going to use his final 2 mana to quick cast an enchantment onto the Darkfin Asp. The initiative would pass, everything would reset. Beastmaster is going to use his quick cast ability to activate that enchantment, which costs him 1 mana. And the Darkfin Asp is going to attack the mana worm here, since it is guarding. All right, which means that this would also activate if the mage so desired, and he does. This simply gives the creature +5 life and +2 melee. Oh, that's not good. So the Darkfin Asp is going to attack. He does get +1. Whenever it is attacked and receives damage, you must transfer 1 of that damage to my mage. And then I can pay to move join strength to a new target in my zone if that creature dies. So he gets +1 melee, so he gets 1 plus the 1, so he gets 2. And that is an absolute whiff because nothing was rolled. He does gain counter strike, so he can go 2 plus 2, so that's 4 dice. Not good for the snake. Okay, so 1 must transfer to my mage, which means he'll lose that. And then, so that was this one, and then 1, 2 go on to the Asp itself. Okay, that was not a very good round for the Beastmaster. Now it's the mage's turn, and one of his creatures can do 1 action. So we're going to go ahead and tap the Mana Worm. Since none of these characters are guarding, we can go ahead and attack the Beastmaster himself. And so we get 2 plus 2. Okay, so he rolls 3 damage, armor and armor. So there's 2 armor here, which blocks this one, which means he takes 1 damage from the Mana Worm. And that's that. Okay, now it's back to the Beastmaster's turn. And we're going to go ahead and have the Palian Lynx guard. And then back to the mage. Let's see, the mage is going to go ahead and attack with his full ability. And he's going to attack the guard, of course. And he gets 3 dice. So that's 3 damage altogether, and that goes straight through any armor that was there. He has 4 on him already, and he only has 5, 6, 7. So all 3 damage come through, which knocks him out. That does happen before Counter-Strike, so he does not get to attack. And that will be the end of the mage's turn, although he does have a quick cast ability. And for a quick cast, he's going to cast Piercing Thunderstrike for 6 mana, which takes him down to 5. Piercing Thunderstrike allows him to roll 4 dice. If he scores any hits, he'll roll a d12, and on a 7+, he'll cause the thing to stagger. He's going to target the Beastmaster, so we're going to roll 4 dice, and this attack is Ethereal Piercing 2, so it's going to negate 2 armor from the Beastmaster, which is all he has. So this is going to go straight to the Beastmaster. Alright, so that's 2, 4 damage. Then he'll also roll a 12-sided die, and it is a 7+, so staggering gets put onto the Beastmaster, which basically means he is -2 to attack. And it also says here at the bottom, if you can see there, where it has a very small number 2 at the very bottom of the thing, I can pay 2 mana to get rid of this on my turn if I desire. Alright, so that was a pretty nasty attack. We're going to lose 1, 2, and then 3, 4 damage. And so the game would continue like this until one person's mage is down to 0. So it's a very simple concept. Basically, knock the other guy out. And if you're able to do that, you win the game. So that is Mage Wars Academy. And let me tell you folks, this has completely replaced Mage Wars for me, because I like how simple Mage Wars Academy is. It's just you and the other person, your creatures against their creatures, only one zone, not having to worry about moving people around or anything like that. Anything can attack anything else. It's just a very straightforward version of Mage Wars, and I really, really enjoy that about it. This is what I liked about Mage Wars at the very beginning. The smaller, compact battle. I like the back and forth nature of it. You choose one creature to attack or do activate. I choose one creature to activate. You choose another. I choose another. Back and forth. And then once everybody is done, you switch rounds, switch initiative. Everything resets, and you go at it again. And it's just this mano-a-mano type of game that I seriously enjoy. Can't say enough about how much I like Mage Wars Academy and how it has already replaced Mage Wars. I've already put my copy of Mage Wars on the pile of games to go up to the Dice Tower Con flea market. So, I mean, this one I really enjoy. The slimness, the compact nature. I mean, this is like a fifth of the size of one of Mage Wars' box, and I can fit this on my shelf a lot easier, and it carries the same feeling that I wanted to get out of Mage Wars, so it has completely replaced Mage Wars for me. I really enjoy this. If you have not yet given it a chance, do so. Scott is usually around at almost all of the conventions showing people how to play this. If you haven't had a chance to play it yet, you definitely need to, and it's kind of your fault because he's always around. The core set, now I do want to say this though, this is not an expansion for Mage Wars. There is some duality there. Some of the cards can be used in Mage Wars, some of the cards in Mage Wars can be used here. There's some duality, but this is a standalone game. If you haven't checked it out yet, please do so. You will enjoy it immensely, I hope. I really do. So gets 2 thumbs up, way up for me. Mage Wars Academy. See you on the flip side, folks.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.